Hey guys, welcome everyone. In this video I'm going to cover what exactly is required to teach English in Thailand, including if you need a bachelor certificate and a TEFL certificate. The second thing I'm going to talk about is different types of visa requirements. And the third thing is just my experience and the pros and cons of teaching English in Thailand. So I did make a video previously on this topic. It was more of a step-by-step guide, what exactly I did to go from the UK to Thailand and get my visa and everything. So I will link the video somewhere on the screen if you want to check it out. So what exactly is required to teach English in Thailand? There are a few different answers to this question depending on how you would like to come to Thailand to teach English. So option number one is with an agency. That's what I did, and I explained the full process in my other video. This page is from the TEFL.org website, which I will link down below for you to go and visit. Here are the requirements. If you choose to go with an agency, you need a bachelor certificate in any field, a TEFL certification of at least 120 hours. If you're a non-native speaker, you'll also need a certificate proving your level of English, a clean criminal background check, and a clean health check. Here is the 120-hour TEFL course that I took before moving to Thailand, so I can highly recommend it. It was the cheapest course that I could find, and it's internationally recognized as well as being suitable for all nationalities. I do have a 10% discount code for you to use if you'd like, and I'll put it in the description below as well. And option number two is without the help of an agency. I personally haven't done it this way, so all of the information I'm about to give you is purely based on research I've done myself online. So if you don't go with an agency, you basically have to do obviously everything yourself. You need to apply for the visa, get all your documentation together. You have to search for a job, accommodation, all of those things. And here is the official Thai e-visa website, and it's really easy to use. Here you can see all the different visa options that they provide. While researching, I found that on the Thai Embassy of Pretoria's website, they state quite clearly what's required to get your visa, which is applicable to any nationality. You need a bachelor's degree as well as a TEFL, although without the help of an agency, you must complete the visa application yourself. Okay, now let's get into the pros and cons of teaching English in Thailand. And we're going to start with the pros. So number one, it's a beautiful country.
They're waiting for us to get there. They want us to come.
Okay, another pro is the delicious food. And I did go to Thailand as a vegetarian, and actually that's something I would say maybe kind of a con. I did struggle to find vegetarian options occasionally when I was out with friends in a restaurant or something. That's not to say there aren't amazing vegetarian dishes in Thailand. I'm going to put some of the pictures of the foods that I had. Next is flexibility with time. So it depends which school you're at and what your schedule is like, but some people are lucky in that I know a few of my friends who were at other schools. They had moments where they didn't have classes until the afternoon, and they weren't required all the time to be in school for a specific time, so that it meant that they could work from home or like go to a nice cafe and do some lesson planning there in the mornings, and then just make sure that they were in school for their classes. So that is a nice thing. The next pro is travel and transport. I lived in Bangkok and the transportation was amazing there. Travel is relatively cheap around Thailand. Just to give you an idea, to take the overnight bus from Bangkok to Chiang Mai in the north of Thailand, it costs around 823 baht, which is maybe £18. This one could be seen as a pro or a con depending on how you look at it, but most schools will give you some kind of reference for your lessons, but it's not so strict. So for example, I was given a workbook to plan my lessons off of, and there wasn't a specific curriculum, so it did give me a lot of freedom with my lessons, which was great because I was teaching kindergarten and you definitely need that in your lessons. Even if you have a plan, you don't necessarily follow it. So yeah, it depends how you look at it, if you would see that as a pro or a con. So moving on to the cons, the first thing I would say is that it is a full-time job, and I think a lot of people, especially like me, when you're in your early 20s, you do think like, oh, it's gonna be so cool, I'm gonna travel all the time, and the reality of it is that you are in school most of the time, 9 to 5 or roughly those hours throughout the week, and then you have the weekend. So I found that the weekend generally wasn't long enough to travel and like go and see other places in Thailand. I was based in Bangkok, so to travel up to Chiang Mai or other places, you can go around Bangkok on the weekend, but it's just too short of a turnaround time to like get back and have all your lesson plans done for Monday or the next week. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you go through an agency, you do have some kind of say where you would like to go and teach and what age of children you'd like to teach, but ultimately they are the ones who place you, and they can only place you where there is availability, so there's slightly less choice there. Saying that, I haven't met any teachers who were placed somewhere that it wasn't their first choice and they weren't entirely happy with it. However, I would like to add to that point that I do have friends who were placed in like small towns when they requested a bigger city, or the age of children that they were put in primary and they wanted secondary, and ultimately in the end they were happy with the choice. Once they got to live there and get to know the children, then they were really happy. And most people going into this are quite open-minded and ready for a challenge. So the last con is the salary, although I wasn't sure where to put this one because it really depends on how you are as a person and how you like to live. If you're more of a frugal person, then you'll be all good. I'm not, so I did struggle a little bit there, but it just takes some getting used to. Here's just some information on the average salary of an English teacher in Thailand. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please write me in the comments down below and I will get back to you. And I wish you all the luck in your adventures. in this video, previously on some